So here's the easiest way to explain this to you from a basis of universal laws. And as you understand this, then everything that you're living or everything that you're watching anyone else live will begin to make sense to you. So here's the best way of explaining this. You may be hearing the word you, because you are the one who wants and you are the one who doubts. Or you are the one who wants and you are the one who believes. You are the one who focuses on what you want, and you are the one who may be focused in opposition, but you are the one. You are the only one who can decide what you want, and you are the only one who can thwart it. Often you say, oh, no, it is not me thwarting this desire. It's the economy. And we say, but it's your focus upon the economy. It's your attention to the downside of things that causes you to keep active in your vibration contradiction. Now, before any of this makes sense to you, you have to remember that you are a vibrational being, and most physical humans don't remember that because you are so good at being vibrational beings, so good at interpreting vibration. You think you're flesh, blood, and bone. You think you're human. You think you're material in the sense that others can see you and touch you and recognize you and hear you. But you are a vibrational being, and everything that you know as your fully manifested life experience is an extension of that vibration. And if you will take the time to recognize the vibrational nature of you and reflect on the origin of the signal that is you, and then recognize the power of the vibration of your each and every thought, and then use your emotional guidance system just as you intended to understand the frequency of the thought that's active within you in any point in time, you can, in a very short order of time, work the bugs out of your vibration resistant thought. You're going to break loose into a whole new creating pattern. Things that have been log jammed for a long time are going to loosen up for you. When you want something, let's say more money, and you are so aware of how much money you have and so aware of what your debt to income ratio is, and so aware of what's going on in the economy, or so aware of the reality of what is right now, this red hot minute. Even though you've asked for far more, and far more is queued up for you, and could come to you now, because it's done. All you have to do is find the vibrational equivalency to it, and it must pour into your experience in a way that you and others can see it. But you've got to be a vibrational match to it, not the absence of it. And the tricky thing about being the realist that you've been objectively trained to be is that when you truthfully tell it like it is right now and train your vibration into that thought, which makes it that belief, which makes it that expectation, which makes it that point of attraction, you hold yourself away from your fortune that is waiting for you only because of a little sloppy focusing. Or maybe because you don't understand the laws of the universe. Most people offer most of their vibration in response to what they are observing. So then, because observing good things makes you feel good and observing bad things makes you feel bad, then you set out as individuals and as cultures, certainly as governments, you set out to try to control the circumstances because you've already proven to yourself that attention to that good feeling thing makes me feel good, and attention to that bad feeling thing makes me feel bad. So I guess we should just all, you say, control the circumstances so that we can feel good about more things. And then you battle endlessly about the way those conditions should be. Don't you? This is my land. This is my land. No, this was my idea. No, this was my idea. And as you scramble around battling with one another without even meaning to, you hold yourselves outside of your vortex of creation, and you disallow by your attention to what is everything that you've put there, everything that you own, everything that you deserve, everything that you're worthy of, everything that's queued up for you, everything that has been assembled, all the cooperative components to everything that you've been asking for have already been assembled. You're the only missing component. When you want something and you don't doubt it, then that desire feels good, doesn't it? But when you want something and you don't see how it can come, and even though maybe you've seen others achieve it, you don't really believe that you can. Those desires sort of harass you, don't they? But a desire that is non-contested by yourself is a life-giving state of being, isn't it? When you're focused upon something that you desire, which means all of the energy that is you, which means it goes right back to the source within you. When all that you are is focused upon something, the energy that creates worlds is flowing through you. And that feeling of elation or passion is what being really alive is. But when you focus upon something that you want, but you've been practicing not believing it, so you want it, but, and you want it, but, and you want it, but you're worried about it, or you want it, but you can't see any evidence, but you want it, but, that contradictory focus is all it is. That contradictory focus. A belief's just a thought you keep thinking, and a thought you keep thinking is just something that you're focused upon. So you have a vortex of creation, an assembly of all things wanted, circumstances and events, other people, attitude, information, everything that is necessary to satisfy the questions you're asking, the problems you're looking for solutions for, the creations you're creating. Everything is being assembled for you. In fact, vibrationally speaking, it is done. If we can get you to accept the reality of this vibrational reality, and if we can attract your attention from the reality that you are counting as reality. In other words, you often don't want to count it until it's manifested. You don't want to count your money until it's in your bank. You don't want to count your lover till in your bed. You don't want to count your prosperity or well-being until it is manifested where all can see it. And we want you to learn to see through the eyes of Source. We want you to come into, vibrationally speaking, your vortex of creation so that you can know your prosperity in the moment that it is a vibrational reality. And once we are able to, you might say, distract you from the reality that has so much of your attention and call you into the vibrational reality that is the precursor of your next reality. So the question that we really want to get to the heart of as we are chewing together today is, are you a cooperative or an uncooperative component? And here's an easy way to know it. If you're frisky, you're cooperative. If you're ornery, you're uncooperative. If you're happy, you're cooperative. If you're unhappy, you're uncooperative. If you're joyful, you're cooperative. If you're pessimistic, you're not cooperative. If you're ornery, you're not cooperative. If you're overwhelmed, you're not very cooperative. If you're fearful, you are so uncooperative. And many of you would say, but I have reason for my fear. And we say, doesn't matter. You're uncooperative to your own cause. But I have reason to feel this way. I've been watching CNN and I know what's going on. You want me to be oblivious? And we say to that, we want you to be oblivious to the things that make you feel ornery, that make you feel fearful, that make you feel unhappy, that make you feel pensive, that make you feel angry. We want you to be oblivious to them while you are aware of things that make you feel better. But we've never known anyone who could just withdraw your attention from something because, first of all, your attention to it is the reason it's close by. And the reason it's close by is the reason you're giving it your attention. Sort of a cycle of attraction. And have you noticed that cooperative components are being assembled around whatever attitude you have about anything? Do you know that you could pick some subject that you're really bothered by and start talking about it? And before you know it, other people, even strangers that you've never talked with about this before, would suddenly be talking to you about that. And then all kinds of evidence showing you that you are a cooperative component of unwanted things would begin showing up in your experience. This law of attraction is so consistent and will give you constant feedback about what's going on with you. So it is really true that you get what you think about. When someone was rude to you, you wanted a nicer world. And when you ask, your inner being, the source energy part of you, embraced that idea and held the idea of it purely for the creation of it. When you don't have enough wellness in your body, and so you ask for more wellness, that non-physical part of you takes that idea and holds steady the vibrational attitude of that. Everything that you know that is now physically focused was at one time, prior to the manifestation, vibration. And vibration is the beginning of everything that you know that is manifested. So it is important to realize that when you don't have enough of something and you ask for more of it, you send forth, we're not kidding you even a little bit, a vibrational rocket that the source energy part of you holds and becomes. That's why we can tell you unequivocally that when you ask, it is given every single time. When you ask, it is not just given. When you ask from your physical format and you send forth a rocket of desire, the non-physical part of you embraces that desire and becomes it. And because everything is vibrational before it is manifested, you have to understand that that vibrational beingness is done. In other words, the precursor to the manifestation is already in place. So now what happens is that law of attraction responds to this powerful vibrating force that is really who you are. You sometimes think that when you ask for more money, you are the creator of more money. But it is much bigger than that. You are the creator of you, a more prosperous you. When you ask for a relationship, you might think that you are the creator of a relationship. But what you are the creator of is you within the relationship that you are desiring. In other words, we cannot find a stronger way of saying this, and so we're just going to leave it to you to hear it. We'll say it many, many, many times. You are the creator of your reality, which means you are the creator of you. You are the creator of you and your experience and your relationships and your body and your prosperity and your clarity. You are the creator of your relationship with everything that exists. You are the creator of your reality. Creation, everything that you feel, every emotion that you feel, and everything that is happening to you is happening only because of your relationship with who life has caused you to become, and you're allowing it or not. So rather than spending a lot of time talking about all of these points of attraction that could be going on, there are people who are sick with this disease and people who are sick with that disease and people who are having this trauma and this trauma, all kinds of things happening in the scope of human events. You look around, you see it all. But none of that is consequential. What is consequential is this vortex and your relationship to it. If your vortex is spinning as it is and you are holding yourself in fear or anger, you're so far from your vortex that there is a contradiction within you that has this really strong negative energy moving through you, and you don't feel good. When you get over into the vicinity of hope, closer to your vortex, you feel so much better because there's less resistance within you. And when you get into the vicinity of hope, your vortex will frequently take you in. And when you get in, oh, you're going to have a good ride. That's that feeling of elation. The best feeling in the world is moving into the vortex. The exhilaration that you feel, the feeling of passion. And of course, once you get into the vicinity of hope on several subjects and your vortex takes you in, now inside this vortex where you have clear view, now you begin to understand. You begin to know. You begin to believe and know. And that is